Hi everyone! I know it's been a while since I did a Mulberry review, so I had a few people on Instagram asking when you're going to do the next one, and I thought, oh okay, well I have an old bag and one of my favourite bags that I'd like to talk about. Lots of people have talked about this one before. It's the absolute Mulberry classic, the Bayswater. The one that I have is a little bit of a, it's a past edition. It's not one of the core classics like the oak or the black. This is the shiny pumpkin. So this leather was used for a range of bags which were very popular called the Polly Push Lock. And then they must have had some leather left over because they then brought out in the outlets these ones in the shiny pumpkin. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, I have to have that. Because although I like the Polly Push Lock, I think it's a great bag, it just wasn't suitable for me size-wise. Whereas I've had Bayswaters before and I knew that this would be great for just absolutely lugging everything that you could possibly hope for. It is an amazing bag. I've let it out at the sides as I usually do. I like it to carry a lot, so I need maximum room. That does mean that because of this leather, sometimes the top, if I'm not careful, it just pops in like that, and I carry it around almost like the Bayswater tote. And I think that's cute as well, so I'm happy with it. This bag has been through the wars, absolute wars. The first thing that happened to it was that I was at a concert and I didn't know that someone had decided to spill beer on the seat next to me, and it sat in beer for about 2 hours. So that was a bit devastating, and it still has the Tide mark on the leather. But I don't know that you can even see it that well. You can see the Tide mark there of alcohol. But on a daily basis, I don't even notice anymore. That's the front of it, and you can barely see it. And it builds into the history of the bag, which I really like. I'm not going to get rid of this bag. I'm going to use it until it falls apart. And when it does fall apart, I'll say, oh, I remember that concert. And that's one of the great things about Mulberry, is that you can keep them forever and ever and ever. And they last a long time. Inside you can see pen marks, bits of muesli. Yeah, it's had a lot happen to it inside of it as well. It's because with new bags, I'm very careful, uber worried about even the slightest mark. But once something happens to a bag like this, which I know I'm going to keep forever, I just don't stress about it. It's been in the rain lots. It's been caught in thunderstorms, and as you can see, the leather is still shiny and gorgeous. So because I spray it and I look after it, but even so, this finish is really quite hardy, I think. And yeah, it just allows you to relax. So on that score, I would say if something does happen to a bag that you know is a forever bag, don't fret about it. Life's too short to be thinking about these things constantly. If it's a bag that you're a little bit unsure of and you were thinking of eBaying, yeah, by all means, freak out. I've definitely done that before as well. So you can just get a good idea of the size of it. I'll carry it over my arm and move back a bit, and you can see that I'm, just under 5'7", and it is a big bag, but it doesn't overwhelm me, which is great. And then over the shoulder, again, you see this bag a lot. Women use it a lot. It's become part of sort of British fashion culture, that so that I see women of all sizes carrying them, and I don't think they ever look overwhelming. Unless you're really, really, really tiny and sort of struggling to carry what you've got in there, then it looks more like luggage. But look at that bag. Isn't it a great, classic, wonderful bag from Mulberry? And this colour, even though it is a lovely sort of toffee orange, I think it's a neutral. I've worn it with pretty much every colour you can imagine, even pastels, and it's fine because it's on that sort of brown tone scale, and it can pull it off. Orange is a neutral, that's my new mantra, because I love all the orange tones that they've brought out, and even when they're very, very bright, I still think they look fantastic with a lot of different clothes. So, you know, classic Mulberry fob, it's got the postman's lock, it's just everything you want in a handbag. And I would say most Mulberry collections, serious ones, would have one, if not more. And that's my Mulberry Bayswater review. It's a gorgeous, wonderful bag. It's a must-have, usually, unless, you know, a lot of people find that they can't fit it over their shoulders when they've got a winter coat on, in which case it's probably not for you. I'll still struggle on with it. I've got this one and Heritage Bayswater, and those are my two. I don't really need any more, but some people have fantastic collections of lots, and I really love seeing those. So if you are one of those people, upload your video, or, you know, let me know about your Instagram, and I will follow you and enjoy your pictures. I hope you've enjoyed this little Bayswater review. There's plenty of other ones that get into nitty-gritty detail about sizes and so on, so watch those if you're wondering to the millimetre what you need to get. But this one is about the texture and the colour and the feeling and the knowledge of that once you've invested in a good bag, even if something drastic happens to it, you can move on and still enjoy it. So thanks for joining me, and I'll talk again soon. Bye.